Hello and welcome back once again to the show. Another episode of the 12 volt infrastructure where I set up a solar system. On today's episode, my least favorite part of the process, pulling wires. And I see that my camera is a bit tilted. So, seen in this general mess of an area, which is organized chaos, because you see, as long as I leave this junk here, I won't put other junk there, so it's placeholders. So when I actually need this space, then I get rid of the junk and I have some free space. At least that's how I justify it. But this is my general battery charging area. I have all the oh geez, this one's not going. I have all the battery. I have my general battery charging station set up here and certain battery accessories there and more battery accessories down there. But this is where I intend to set up my MPPT. On this shelf, we're gonna put a board here, stick it to there. But that means I need to get the solar wires into this room. I gotta start pulling wires through the ceiling, which is always a fun process because you're working like this and you get crap fall into your eyes. You're gonna want a wide brim hat and glasses even if it's not your thing. I've already gone ahead, started getting the whole process ready. Popped out the ceiling panels, cleared out the route, moved stuff out of the way to get it all ready for the process. It has to go into this room where it enters from outside right above over here. Now, even though I'm more than familiar with electrical and have done a lot of wire pulling, I have never done a solar setup before. This is not a how-to video. I'm probably doing something wrong, like using this wire. So I have two 135 watt panels up there. That's gonna be 135 times 2. But either way, their short circuit amperage is about 8 each. This system is set up for 16 amps. So the feeder wire coming into the wall is already a 12 gauge 20 amp wire. And it's like, I'm not gonna go out and buy special wire for this. This is 12 gauge 20 amp wire. There is no technical reason I can think of that this will not do the job. 90C, 300 volt rated insulation. And it's 20 amp wire. I already have a D rate going on. It cannot possibly overload this wire. It cannot possibly violate the insulation. I just wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of electrical code that says I can't use this wire just for uniformity reasons. Like, this is technically a 20 amp 120 volt color code we got going on here. I figure as long as I keep it away from the actual power wires and label it appropriately, it shouldn't be a problem. But either way, this is what I have to work with. This is what I'm gonna use. So the solar line comes into the house just down here, and then I have this wire from outside popping through. I plan to stick a junction box somewhere in this general area. Oh, let's keep it away from that gas line, bud. And then, well, this is where it's gonna proceed. This is the hardest spot in which to find a route, and it's probably gonna require some general trickery. I think I'm gonna have to move more furniture, actually. Oh boy. Now, if I recall correctly, getting wires into this room, I gotta work up here, so I guess this couch is getting out of the way. Oh, a sock. That's where they go. All right, let's punch these buggies up. I'm gonna have to probably come across here. Oh, I'm glad these are moving easy. Sometimes these guys get stuck and then it's like, oh, okay, well, that's convenient. This one won't go back anymore. Ah, yeah, the road's up in there. Oh, that one's cooperative. I got a bit of a gas line to clear here. Shouldn't be a problem though. Now, the trick is, oh yeah, it's a hot water pipe. Yeah, how the, oh, I'm gonna have to bring in a consultant. Okay, so we kind of need to do one of these with the little snake scope. Sorry, I don't have a live video feed of this. I don't really have a way to record it mobily. Oh crap, that's not gonna be fun, bud. Okay, so it's pretty much right here. We're gonna have to, oh, that's crammed. I don't even know if that hole is accounting for D rate. We need to put another hole in this thing to run this wire. I knew it was gonna get a little bit messy at some point. That's why this is fun. This is gonna make a mess everywhere, but can't be helped. Fortunately, I know this is relatively clear, so... Oh, that was not an insignificant piece of wood, sir. I do believe. Holy frick. That's like 2 inches thick. Smells good. Made a friggin' mess everywhere. Okay, I think that's... Oh, no. We have to clear paths all the rest of the way. Okay, so we have this whole path going here. Already a lot of wires in there. You can tell this is one of the grand trunks. Now, for the record, if you're seeing any wires that look sloppy as frig, they were done by an electrician, and the ones that look nice and uniform, those were done by me. So we have to get a wire through here. An already well congested area. And based on what I'm seeing on the other side, there's a reason why they did this. That's probably our best bet on where to put another hole. Yeah, that's it. Problem is, drilling through all this drywall is gonna dull a bit. Guess I'm gonna have to start off with an already dull bit and then move to a sharp bit. I'm thinking right here, I hope. Oh, what's behind there? It's hollow behind there. I don't think there's any woodwork there. No, there is not. We just missed the stud work. That's okay, we should be poking right through the drywall. All right, well, that was easy. Moving right along through the hallway, through the corridor, through whatever you like to call it, is this junction here. That's the last one I have to worry about because that goes into the next room where it's terminating. Here, I'm thinking I'm gonna cheat. Because you see this wire? That has a very large hole. So whatever it's, yeah, there's plenty of room there. Plenty of room to accommodate D-rates. So yeah, I think that's that. Start pulling on this pupper. From which direction do I want to do that though? So I'm going to start from this end, and I have a bit of an app to help things along. This is like some sort of paper dispenser that I got from Sears when they were going into liquidation. I think it's supposed to be for wrapping paper or something. It very nicely fits a spool of wire so that it'll flow freely for me. All right, if it goes through the hole without any effort, yeah, we're good. Wonder if I have enough staples in stock. I know you're wondering about the panel. It's not hooked up, it's actually the old breaker panel from my house before I upgraded it. I just stuck it to the wall out here as decoration. And sometimes you can go in here and it's satisfying to flick these switches like some sort of fidget spinner-ick type thing. That's enough of that. Double drywall hole, how well is this gonna work for us? Oh, pokey, pokey. Oh, there we go. Pokey, pokey. Honestly, this has turned out to be well easier than I expected it to be. I thought it was gonna be a bit more of a fight. Sometimes pulling wires is. Got Paul bunch extra slack here. This should almost go all the way there now. Now we gotta kind of get the geometry of here nice. And then just go up and poke it through our new hole there, eh, bud? Oh, yeah. Now, how far is it gonna go? Now, that popper's gonna be hiding somewhere up in this general jurisdiction, so we just kind of have to cat paw our way through here and feel around. What's that? That's sharp. I poked it through. It should just be hanging out here somewhere. Oh, there it is. We're gonna have it come right through here. Now, I should take a peek up here real quick. The snake cam. Make sure we're not suffering from any quantum entanglement. Okay, I see it coming through there. Yeah, and yeah, it's coming straight out. No problems. Whew. Oh, that's sexy. That wire will just slip in under there, I think. Oh, yeah, well. Oh, but we should have roughly all the slack that we need now. So we'll just change our direction. Probably gonna have this come, fasten up against that board like that somehow. Hey, that was awesome. I'm kind of expecting, yeah. All right, now I just have to determine where up in here I want to put my junkie box. Well, let's go get it. It's just normal AC junkie box. That might also be perplexing the situation. We got a water line there. That's for the fridge. We got something back here. Oh, that would be an interesting mount. Up in there, sideways. Would I even be able to hammer that on? Maybe I should have got a junkie box that goes like that, like a handy box. I should have one around. Kind of assumed I'd be putting it like one of these things. Before I go put my junkie box into place, I gotta stick my head up in there. I have to determine that this thing's not touching anything important. There's heating ducts. Actually, I think they're return ducts. Are they return or are they heating? It's only 60 C-rated insulation. Well, lettuce and tomato, go take a deeper peep here. Okay, Gary, stick your head in the ceiling, bud. Oh yeah. Outlet wire, the end of a duct. As long as I keep it close to this wall. So I guess if I hammer, well, we have that dumb knot. What am I gonna do about that knot? Take it out or leave it? For reference, this is the kind of party we're dealing with here. Just kind of coming in there and sitting about. You might be able to see the knot. Not sure, I can't see the screen. I don't even know if you're looking right. Oh boy. Don't break it. All right, so I've stapled the wire down onto that beam right there. And if we take a peek into the ceiling, we can see that the wire is clear of any danger. That is a send duct right there, so it could get hot. So we want to keep it away from that. Keep it tight to the wall like this. Those two things it's spanning against, one's a cold water line, the other's just for a switch in the kitchen, so nothing particularly load bearing. Or wait, is that a switch in the kitchen? Actually, I don't know what that wire is for. It's not gonna get hot though. Like, we can put insulation if we really want to. Not too worried about it either way. It should be safe. Now, I'm gonna leave a little bit of slack loosey-goosey at the ceiling here. That affords me the opportunity to modify in the panels if I have to, and I need a couple feet of extra slack. I doubt that's gonna come up, but either way, the point is I've mounted the Junction Box right here where there's lots of room to work and it's clear of any danger obstacles. So now I have to get that trimmed and connected. And my hands, with just slight hints of bloody murder, I color-coded these wires, as is appropriate for the DC application which we are doing. That's, I figure, the least I can do. The white wire is going to be positive, black's going to be negative. So we made the white wire red, and it should be well understood now. I see no reason why I can't hook this up this way, especially in a nice dry clean environment like this. So I did pop another staple in there just to keep that from flopping around. Said I was gonna leave it loose, but no. It turns out it's so nice like this. And of course, one of the most important safety procedures that shan't be forgotten, labeling. Approximate values, 20 volts DC, 16 amps, and solar panels. Just straight up, this is the solar panels, bud. Don't get them mistaken for the AC. It is not a 20 amp, 120 volt line. And make sure, very important, that your handwriting is horrendous. It legitimizes the craftsmanship. All right, we have stapled it down. And oh boy, right here, right there. You see that one down there? Oh, can you even see it? Oh, yeah, that one down there. Oh yeah, good luck reaching in there. That was pure feats of dexterity. Kind of had to use the force on that one to get it started. Now, code dictates that we secure a wire every 54 inches minimum or maximum, or the security can't be more than 54 inches away. So I've stapled it down every 2 studs, weather permitting. And here we go, all the way through. Oh, door, through, more through. Oh, kind of takes a little bit of a turn here. And comes over here. I had just enough staples to make it all the way here. That's the standard staples, that is. And I have it on good authority that that is return ducting, so not a heat, but that's a send duct. Keep her clear, bud. Another one of those fancy get it a tight spot nail staples, and then boom, there is our junction box, where we will be terminating to a different style of wire to run down over to here. Now, how awesome shaky is this footage? Let's hold this more still. There's where the MPPT is gonna go. There is our junction. We're probably gonna use I don't know what kind of wire we're gonna use yet. I actually had half a mind to pop a rework box into the wall and have some sort of plug-in. But in the meantime, well, as I said, it's dark out and that's just gonna be hanging there. But, oh frick, now we got a mess to clean up and furniture to put back into place. That's gonna be fun. Now, one of the other things that I need to do to finish this wiring job is grounding. Yes, that's right, quite important grounding. The panels, they came with these large lugs for large wires, and I think they're trying to protect against lightning strikes. If you had a big panel system on your roof or out in the field, I could see that being a problem. Where I have the panels located on the side of the house, I don't see it being that big of a problem. There's larger objects more nearby that would be a better target. I'm not worried about lightning strikes, so I'm debatably not grounding them correctly. As you saw, I have the wires coming into the house. I got a junction box. There's a ground wire in there. It's coming all the way back to here. I got a ground wire right here. Well, I'm just gonna tap a ground off a nearby electrical system here, and then that should give me the normal ground, because I'm more worried about short circuit protection. That's what grounding is often for. Emergency escape route if something goes wrong. Even though this DC system's not tied to the mains, so it's kind of a moot point. But nevertheless, here's what I have in mind. Here is my junction box, and here is something called a booster fan on the ductwork. This particular room is the coldest room in the house, so I have these booster fans to kind of push more hot air in there in the winter. Now the circuit that it's on is not particularly important. There's no internet, sensitive electronics. It's just some random lighting around the house and a couple random plugs, utility plugs even, not plugs that are often actually used. Plus, this ductwork in and of itself is going to be grounded, so that's going to be a rather large pipe for ground to go through. So I'm just going to pull ground off here, connect it to here, and that should do it. I've certainly got enough scrap copper wire from the shed project. I gotta make it flop everywhere. Oh boy. It's a little bit kinky, but that should be fine. It's probably gonna slip right through this choke, eh? No? Okay, well, we'll loosen up that choke a bit. Just shoot it back a bit. Ooh, this was sitting there a while. Careful now. Gotta do a little bit of a redundant loop around here. Well, let's just get it on here. It's actually quite convenient. I was scratching my head trying to figure out where am I gonna ground this? I knew I had an internet plug right nearby, but I didn't want to ground it to the internet. You know, if there is some sort of power surge, I don't want to take out the internet. I should have put this over this assembly first, but we'll be chopping her and rerouting her. Just need to kind of get this cover plate back into place now. Oh, come on now. What the heck? These things don't thread very well. No, not at all. Okay, well, now I gotta go looking for that screw. Ugh. Hey, it's right there. Aha, flair for the mundane. Attaching a wire. Now let's snug this connector back up. Oh boy, it popped out. There we go. Okay, now we just need to get that at the ear. Probably gonna, well, we're gonna get more slack than we need for starters. There we go. Now let's put this darn it bundle away. So let's find a nice happy route for this to take. Up it over, bud? Yeah, I think so. Up it over. I figured it'd come in the other side of the box here. Oh, look at that. It went right quick in a hurry on the lug. I'll zoom you in here a bit, but I don't know if you'll be able to see past my hands. I actually gotta twist that onto the lug. Nice. Oh yeah, that couldn't be any easier. Now when we actually hook up the system, we're gonna connect this ground wire. So we're floating right now. So like, yeah, I'm not connecting that now. This kind of seems unprofessional, loosey-goosey right here. I kind of get a kick of how it's floating in there. I'm gonna leave that as is. Can I choke it down? No. I got this thing on this side, so it's like, it's just going through the little hole. It's not, I didn't pop the punch out. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, that's that. We ran some wires. We got it ready to go. Got her grounded. I got proper and MPPT ordered and on the way. I need to go pick up batteries next. That's gonna be fun. I like batteries. But now the wire's ready for the install, and I'm not sure what else to tell you. A video of me pulling a quick wire, just as a segue between one big part of the job and another big part of the job. Yeah. Just to keep you up to date with what's going on, the 12-volt infrastructure. Soon, I'll be charging batteries with free power, which in retrospect is a greater expense than most people go through to charge batteries. Probably not gonna pay for itself in a while, but why am I reminiscing this now? Stay tuned for more. Really, not on top of my outro game.